the days and the nights, we will be together.
Hello viewers out there, good morning, happy new week. Welcome to G9ijaTV news headlines this morning. It's Monday, and like they will say, thank God it's Monday. And I hope you have not given up on your dreams. And today's motivation before we have our news headlines this morning, it's on self-belief. Believe in yourself, and what others think about you will not matter. I've always seen that in life, those who believe in themselves succeed faster than those who don't believe in themselves. If you believe you can do something, why not go for it? It's a new week, it's a fresh start. You failed yesterday ended last night. Pick up your dreams, begin to pursue it today again. Knock on that door, make an extra phone call, give an extra push. They say that the difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is the little extra. So go for it, and of course, headlines this morning on your most popular TV channel, G9ijaTV. And of course, this morning, we're looking at very interesting stories that made the headlines. I'll be starting this morning with the leadership. I'm your anchor for today, Mr. Champion. Delta monarchs promise to help apprehend killers of soldiers. Now the news in detail. According to the leadership newspaper, traditional rulers in Delta State have pledged to assist security agencies to fish out those involved in the killing of officers and men of the Nigerian Army at Okoma community in the state. Rising from a meeting of the Delta State Council of Traditional Rulers in Asaba, the monarchs condemned in strongest terms what they called unprovoked and barbaric attack which led to the death of the officers. In a 5-point communique issued at the end of the meeting, the council chairman and the Roje of Okwe, Major General Felix Mujakwero, retired, or Real One, commiserated with the immediate families of the slain officers, the Nigerian Army, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and prayed to God to grant their souls eternal rest. The Delta monarchs called on the Delta State government to set up an independent investigative panel of inquiry to ascertain the immediate and remote causes of the communal crisis between the Okoma and Okoloba communities. Details of that story can be seen in the leadership newspaper this morning. And away from there, we move straight to the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper, and an interesting headline. Breaking news. Federal government files tax evasion charges against Binance. The federal government on Monday initiated proceedings against Binance, a prominent cryptocurrency exchange platform, over tax evasion. The charges were filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja by the Federal Inland Revenue Service. In the suit with number FHC ABJCR 115-2024, FIRS implicated Binance with 4 tax evasion accusations, adding that it was a decisive move aimed at upholding fiscal responsibility and safeguarding the economic integrity of the country. Joined with the crypto company as second and third defendants in the suit are Tigran Kambayan and Nadem Anjawala, both senior executives of Binance, currently under the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The charges leveled against Binance include non-payment of value-added tax, company income tax, failure to file tax returns, and complicity in aiding customers to evade taxes through its platform. In the suit, the federal government also accused Binance of failure to register with FIRS for tax purposes and contravening existing tax regulations within the country. One of the counts in the lawsuit pertains to Binance's alleged failure to collect and remit various categories of taxes to the Federation as stipulated by Section 40 of the FIRS Establishment Act 2007 as amended. Details of that story can be seen in the Punch newspapers this morning. Please grab your copy. And still on the Punch newspaper, we move to something also very interesting that made the headlines. Dangote spends 15 billion naira on food interventions. Dangote spends 15 billion naira on food interventions. Now the news in detail. According to the Punch newspaper, it has been revealed that the president of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has spent about 15 billion naira on food intervention program with beneficiaries across Nigeria. According to a statement issued on Sunday, the food intervention program, which was launched in Kano State on Saturday, is being spearheaded by his foundation, Aliko Dangote Foundation. The intervention will see over 1 million bags of 10 kg bags distributed across the 774 local government areas of the 36 states and Federal Capital Territory in Nigeria. Speaking at the official flag-off of the intervention program, Dangote said the initiative is a crucial step towards alleviating the ongoing economic challenges faced by our nation. He also emphasized the importance of compassion and generosity during the holy month of Ramadan, stressing that all stakeholders must play a part in supporting the government to alleviate hunger in the land, saying, "Our distribution of rice symbolizes our commitment to upholding the values of compassion and solidarity, which are the core of our humanity." The food intervention program will run from March to early April 2024. Aliko Dangote added, the modalities for the program involve collaboration with state and local governments and local community partners to ensure effective delivery of the rice to the most vulnerable across the country, regardless of state, regardless of tribe, gender, religion, politics, or other attributes. In his comments at the event, the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the ADF's Zura Yusufu said the foundation is also distributing 10,000 iftar meals during Ramadan in Kano municipality. Details of that story can be seen in the Punch newspaper. If you're interested, just grab a copy. More of those details can be seen in the Punch newspaper. And away from the Punch newspaper, we'll move quickly to the Daily Trust newspaper. The Daily Trust newspaper. And an interesting headline: Labour Party crisis. Peter Obi, obedience, dump Abure as search for new chairman begins. The crisis rocking the Labour Party LP took a dangerous dimension last week, with members of the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC picketing the party's national secretariat and some of its state offices. There are also indications that the presidential candidate of the party in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, and his supporters known as Obedience, have abandoned the party's national chairman, Julius Abure, to his fate. This is not unconnected to the internal crisis that has been rocking the party structure since the 2023 general elections was concluded. After a series of legal battles with the factional chairman of the party, Lamidi Apapa, Abure has been in the news over alleged financial impropriety and other disturbing issues. Abure's unending alleged financial scandals. The Daily Post recalls that Peter Obi in February 2024 called for a thorough and forensic investigation into an embezzlement allegation leveled against the party chairman, Abure. The call by the former Anambra governor was in response to allegations earlier made by Oluchi Okpara, the national treasurer of the party, accusing Abure of allegedly misappropriating 3.5 billion naira. Okpara also alleged that the Abure-led National Working Committee, NWC, was working hand in hand with the Edo State government and the opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP, ahead of the September 2024 governorship polls. Similarly, in a letter signed by Comrades Titus Amba and Chris Uyo, the chairman and the secretary of NLC Political Commission, the party expressed concerns over recurrent scandals and pending cases of fraud. Details of that story can be seen in the Daily Trust Nigeria. We'll go on a quick commercial break, and when we're back, we shall be concluding newspaper headlines this morning. Please don't touch that. And in case you're just joining us, this is G9ijaTV News headlines this morning, and we have been going through a lot of trending stories on top leading newspapers. And the next we have with us here this morning is the This Day newspaper, Nigeria. Tinubu's statement, final blow to Ningi's pardon allegation on 2024 budget. Wow. President Tinubu's statement, final blow to Ningi's pardon allegation on 2024 budget. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has punctured claims by suspended former chairman of Northern Senators Forum, Senator Abdul Ningi, that the 2024 budget was maliciously embellished by 3.7 trillion naira. The dust raised by Senator Abdul Ningi, PDP Bauchi Central, on the 2024 budget has finally been laid to rest with President Bola Tinubu's statement on the matter during an iftar with the leadership of the Senate on Thursday night. Ningi had, in a BBC House of Service interview, alleged that this year's budget was padded to the tune of 3.7 trillion naira by his colleagues. During plenary on Tuesday, March 12, 2024, the Senate investigated Ningi's allegation. Various speakers cutting across the North and the South, including Chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriation, Senator Solomon Olamileko, in Ningi's presence, said the amount quoted by the embattled lawmaker was for agencies under the first line charge. For over 4 hours, Ningi had the opportunity to counter Olamileko and other senators' claim. Rather, he offered to apologize to his colleagues when he discovered that his allegations were mere tissue of lies concocted to tarnish the image of the parliament and cause a confusion in the polity. His opting for an apology was conveyed by the chief whip, Senator Ali Ndume, during the sitting. The senator's investigative hearing, which was aired live on television stations, would have laid to rest the controversy. However, the backers and promoters of it turned it into a fight between the North and the South and a plot to oust the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. They have since recruited a section of the media and pressure groups from the North to advance their cause, a plot to remove Akpabio and turn the parliament into an appendage of the opposition party. However, the statement of the President and Commander-in-Chief, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has punctured the claims of Ningi and ended their game plan. During an iftar, President Tinubu told the leadership of the Senate that the integrity of the National Assembly must remain intact and that his administration will always encourage cooperation for the nation's advancement. In his own words, I know the arithmetic of the budget and the numbers that I brought to the National Assembly, and I know what numbers came back. I appreciate all of you for the expeditious handling of the budget. Thank you very much. Those who are talking about malicious embellishment in the budget did not understand the arithmetic and did not refer to the baseline of what I brought. But your integrity is intact. I'm grateful for what you have been doing. The natural challenge we are facing will be over. On the current economic difficulty, we are about to turn the corner. Our revenue has improved. All we have to do is to control expenditures and manage ourselves better. Light is at the end of the tunnel and Nigerians will soon smile again, the president has said. That statement was attributed to Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And of course, if you want more of that, just grab yourself a copy of this day newspaper. And away from there, we'll move quickly to the Punch newspaper about the stampede in Bauchi. 4 trampled to death in Bauchi arms-giving stampede. 4 trampled to death in Bauchi State arms-giving stampede. Now the news in detail. No fewer than 4 people were reportedly trampled to death on Sunday during an attempt to participate in an arms-giving exercise at the Shafa Holdings Company, PLC, on Jos Road in Bauchi State. Journalists gathered that the incident happened at about 10:20 a.m. when the company was holding its annual Zakat exercise, otherwise known as alms giving, to help the less privileged in the state. The state police public relations officer, Ahmed Wakili, who spoke with Punch Metro via telephone conversation, disclosed that 5 people became unconscious as a result of the stampede, noting that 4 were confirmed dead by the doctor on duty at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Teaching Hospital in Bauchi. He said the command received a distress call at about 10:20 a.m. from Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Teaching Hospital, Bauchi, indicating that 5 people were brought to the hospital unconscious due to the stampede. Upon receiving the call, the Commissioner of Police, Musa Mohammed, directed the area commander to the scene of the crime. We have condoned off the place and evacuated those injured to the hospital. In the process, 5 people were in the hospital, but 4 were confirmed dead by medical doctors. The exercise, the Zakat exercise that was given to the less privileged by Shafa Holding Company along Jos Road, that is the major cause of this stampede. He, however, warned others who intend to give arms to the less privileged to always carry along other stakeholders, especially the police, to control the crowd. He added the command is calling on members of the public to go about their lawful business as the situation is now under control. The command is calling on wealthy people in the town to exercise extreme caution. During the charity giving process, especially when it involves sharing with large numbers of people, they have to inform the police to help put in place certain channels because we have some standard operational procedures. In that standard procedure, we have police officers who control the crowd. If such a measure were taken, I don't think this would happen. We are sending our condolences to the police and family of the bereaved as the Commissioner of Police has directed a distinct investigation to unravel the circumstances that surround the event. May their soul rest in peace. That was a very sad one. And we just hope that going forward we could have more strategic collaboration with stakeholders, especially during our benevolence and charity giving days. And as we wrap up this morning, we're looking at the People's Gazette withheld salaries. SSANU threatens drastic action after end of 7-day strike. The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian University has ended its 7-day warning strike over withheld salaries, threatening to take drastic action against the government. The association's president, Muhammad Ibrahim, made the declaration at a virtual stakeholders forum organized by the Education Writers Association of Nigeria, EWAN, on Sunday in Lagos, which also had Ibeji Nwokoma, president of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU, in attendance. The Joint Action Committee, JAC, of the affected university labor unions had on the 18th of March directed members to down tools following their 4 months of withheld salaries and the non-implementation of the agreement they entered into with the federal government in 2009. We will go back to our various branches to review the outcome of the warning strike, as well as the recent meeting with the federal government, and from there agree on the next line of action. We have given a window to do the needful, and failure to meet their own side of the bargain will be met with drastic action, he warned. He noted that it was no longer news that the government will make promises only to renege on them, citing that the 2009 renegotiation agreement for an instance. We have the right to go on strike once we follow the due process. It could be a warning strike. No one can stifle us or stop us from voicing out our pains. We could picket our working places. We could also report to work without working, and so forth. All are lawful in the labor law, so nobody can take them away from us. We are not asking for anything outside our rights. We cannot continue this way because, after all, we too are humans. We are also parents with bills to pay and mouths to feed, he explained. He added that union members were pained to use strike as a last resort to drive home their demands, considering the impact it normally had on the students. So the panacea to ending crisis in Nigerian universities, in fact, in the entire sector, is funding and more funding, he stated. He noted that since the struggle by members of the various unions to get the government to do the needful, many of them lost their lives in the last 1.5 years due to lack of funds to access good health care. Mohammed also decried the issue of non-autonomy in the university system, adding that the situation was affecting the system's smooth operation. He also urged the government to ensure that the appointment of vice chancellors and principal officers of the university, especially the federal ones, should be based solely on merit rather than through what he described as godfatherism. What an interesting analogy. Okay, and away from there, we want to bring to our notice, as we wrap up the news headline this morning, that 137 school children kidnapped by gunmen in Nigeria have been released and undergoing psychosocial counseling. At least 137 school children who were kidnapped by gunmen in Nigeria earlier this month of March have been released. The governor of Nigeria's Kaduna State, Uba Sani, confirmed in a TV interview aired on Sunday. In the interview broadcast on Nigerian Channels Television, Sani said he had met with the families of the children. I'm happy. The families are happy. We're all happy the children have been rescued, he told the broadcaster. However, Sani said that the teacher had died after developing some complications while in captivity without providing further details. On the 7th of March, more than 300 students were abducted by armed bandits on motorcycles who stormed the LEA Primary and Secondary School in Kuriga village in Kaduna's Chikun district, state police told CNN at that time. Kaduna State, which borders the Nigerian capital Abuja to the southwest, has grappled with recurring incidences of kidnapping for ransom by bandits and has witnessed several mass abductions in the recent years. In an earlier post on X, Sani was seen addressing dozens of children and wrote that he was glad to see our released children in high spirits on Sunday evening. He wrote that they will continue to undergo psychosocial counseling and receive proper medical supervision. The government previously demanded a ransom of 1 billion naira, approximately $620,000, and threatened to kill all of the students if their demands were not met, according to a member of the community. Nigeria's National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu had coordinated the operations of the security agencies, which eventually resulted in this successful outcome, Governor Sani said. The Nigerian Army also deserves special commendation for showing that with courage, determination, and commitment, criminal elements can be degraded and security restored in our communities, Sani said. He also thanked Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu for working round the clock to ensure the children's safe return. We also here in G9ijaTV want to say congratulations to all the families and the parents of the children that just returned from their abductors. And we do hope that this negative trend in our country will eventually someday become a thing of the past, and that our school system, our school environment will be a safe place for our children to learn. Like the governor said, with courage, with determination, with commitment, we can always make Nigeria a better place. And for you out there watching me right now, for your business, for your vision, for your dream, with commitment, with courage, with dedication, according to the governor of that state, you can also make your business thrive. You can make your dreams come to pass. You can be the best of whoever you are currently. Thank you for watching Nigeria's entertaining and foremost TV channel, the G9ijaTV. And please keep staying with us as we keep bringing you interesting, entertaining news all across the globe. Mr. Champion is my name.